So that's what the software we are going to use to code, Microsoft Visual Studio Code. So you just search it on Google. So you're going to get it as the first one, sometimes as the first one, sometimes as the second one. But basically, if you just use this keyword here, Microsoft Visual Studio Code, you're going to get it as the first search result in Google. Now that you are studying digital marketing, you need to understand things like search engine result pages. So this is what it is when you search something. Whatever you get, those are results from Google. So they are called search engine result pages. So each of these is a page. Like this one is a page, this one is a page, like that. Now we're going to use this one. The keyword is Microsoft Visual Studio Code, and then this is the link. So you just click on the link, and then it's going to open this software here. So if you want to know if it is the one or not, you look at the icon. This is the icon. It looks like a Caesar, but it's this navy blue or sky blue, whatever, but it's blue. So you can just click on download. So it's going to take you to this particular page, this download Visual Studio Code page. So here, depending with which software you're using, that is the operating software or the operating system. If you're using Windows 10 or Windows 11, you click here. If you're using .web, Ubuntu, Debian, you click here. If you're using Red Hat, Fedora, or SUSE, you click here. If you are on Mac, those people who use Apple products, you click here. So from my end, I am using Windows 11. So I'm going to click this one. And then it's going to download. So sometimes it takes like a minute or maybe 2 minutes, depending on what size it is. So it's going to download, and then we're going to install the installation process. So this VS Code, this is the software that we are going to be using for this particular coding class. For this particular coding class, this is the software we are going to be using. So it's just downloading. It's going to give us the finished product once it's done. My network is a little bit low, but no problem. It's going to go fast. So we're going to first do the setup. Let me just show you how it looks when it has finished. I already have it here. So let me share my screen. I believe my screen is sharing, so you can be able to see. So this one here, this is the VS Code. I already have it on my computer and it's already installed. Let me just open it and show you how it is before we even install it. I'm going to show you how to install it and all of those stuff, but I just want you to see how it appears and all of those stuff. So this is it. I was just opening some error logs from my my computer, my website actually. I was looking at some error logs. Those things you saw, they are error logs. We're going to go through those things as we progress to cPanel and hosting on WordPress and all of that stuff. But now this is what you get when you have already installed it. So there are some panels here. We have file, and then we have the edit menu, we have selection, we have view, go and run. On this part here, we have the search if you want to search. And then we have the source or control. And then we have run or debug. And then we have extensions. So whatever you need here, once you have already, let's say you've already done the installation process of this WordPress, that has already downloaded the VS Code, and now you need first to install the extensions. I'm going to share the extensions with you. so that you can just know how to install them. So probably let me check how far it is before we can proceed. I still very far. I'm just going to use this one, the one I have. So the extensions.
I don't have your
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Hello?
Yes, I'm getting you, Anthony.
Oh, okay. So so on the extensions, we have several extensions that we normally use for this particular VS Code. For it to work, you need like extensions. You need to have extensions from your end so that it can work properly. So the first extension we are going to add here is open in PHP. So you just click on this one. This icon is the icon for extensions. So you just search here, open in PHP. Just type here. Sometimes it's nice to jot them down so that you don't forget how they look. So I'm just going to be clicking them so that they can show up here and you can see how they are. So this is the extension, open in PHP or HTML/JS in browser. So what this extension does is it helps you to see what you have done, like what the person who comes to your website will be able to see once they have they want to see your website. So I've already installed it, but I'm just going to uninstall so I can show you how it is done. So once you click on it, look at it, it looks like it's orange and then it has these lines on it. So you just click install and then it's going to install it for you. You just install it and then you can click auto update if you want to update it automatically like that. So the next one is open in browser. Open in browser. So there are several open in browser extensions. So you just need to take note of how the icon is looking because you might end up installing extensions that are different from what we need to operate. So this is the one, open in browser. This is the correct one. This is the correct one. So you ensure you install it. So mine is already installed. So look at it. It looks like a code. So this is the icon for code, HTML code. This is how it looks. So this is the opening tag, and then it has a / and then the closing tag. We are going to be covering these opening and closing tags as we continue. You can also read a little bit about it, what it does down here. So if you want to open code and all of those stuff, but once you have installed it, then it's okay. The next thing is HTML, CSS support. So these extensions, you need them for VS Code to operate optimally. So you just take note of how the icons look before you can proceed. So this one is HTML, CSS support extension. So this is how it looks. It's blue, and then it has this white letter. I don't know if it's a letter or what. This is how it looks. Okay, so the next one is Bootstrap extension pack. Bootstrap extension pack. So when you're also typing, you have to be exact with your spelling. So Bootstrap is BOOTSTRAP, and then extension is just from the word extension is an English word, and then pack. Pack is PACK. So once you search it, it doesn't have an icon. Or maybe it has an icon, but it's not really visible. So it's this one here. So the caveat on this one is that it has 8 extensions under it. So once you install this one, it's going to have several extensions under it. Like you will have, we will have this one, Bootstrap 4, or some fonts, and then we'll have the snippets, Bootstrap version 4 snippets will have Angular, UI, Bootstrap snippets will have all of these extensions under it. So we need all these extensions to be able to operate with this VS Code. So just ensure you have installed it. Mine is already installed, so I don't need to install it again. Okay, so once all those extensions have been installed, we have to come here under settings. Okay, is it here under file? And then once you are in the file, come here where it is written autosave. It has to be checked, like it has to have a tick mark, a check mark. Normally, when you download the VS Code, you will find that it is not checked, like it will just be blank like that. So you have to come and click on autosave. By autosave, I mean everything that you code inside the VS Code is going to be saved for you. So that's why we need the autosave command there. So once you have already done all of this and now you need to start, it is quite simple. What you will do is you now come to on the desktop of your laptop. Actually, laptops also have desktops. So the desktop is this part here, a part where you have those icons of yours, those shortcuts where when you want to go to icons, like I want to go to Google, I have a shortcut here. If I want to go to the VS Code, or maybe the VS Code, I have an icon here. If I want to go to my favorite folders, I have them here. So these are the icons, and then we also have here icons here. So this is the taskbar. I believe these ones mostly you cover them in computer packages. But now in these icons here, so we will come on this space, the free space on the desktop, and then you right click. You right click on your mouse pad. So when you right click on the mouse pad, you're going to see this pop-up window is going to come in. So I am on Windows 11. So Windows 10 also does the same thing. So you just right click, go to the mouse pad, the space where you put your hand when you want to navigate on anything. You want to move this cursor, where you put your fingers and you move. That is what we call the mouse pad. So you just go there and then you right click. It always has two parts. It has the left part and the right part. So you go on the right part and then you right click. That is what you click on the right. That's what right clicking means. So you just go to new. Once you have this, you go to new and then you go to folder. We want to create a new folder so that we can use it for coding. So we are going to call this folder digital marketing. Like that, and then you press enter. So I'm doing this on I'm isolating this folder because I want you to see what I'm doing. So you can put it together with these other ones, but I want to isolate mine here so that you can see exactly what I'm doing, and then you will be able to do it on your own. Now, once you have this folder opened, come to the VS Code again, and then go to File. So once you go to File, we want to open the folder that we have just created. So we want to open the folder. You can sometimes, in some instances, you can just right-click on it, and then you go to Open, and then you will have some options like Open With on maybe Windows 10, or maybe people who are using Apple, Mac, and those options, but I don't have that option. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it inside the VS Code. I'm going to open the VS Code like this, and then I go to File, and then after File, I go to Open Folder. So I'm going to click Open Folder, and then I'm going to locate that folder that I have just created. It is on my desktop. So I'm going to go to Desktop, and then it is here, Digital Marketing. So I'm going to select the folder that I have just created, and then I will open it in the VS Code. So when you open the folder in VS Code, it is going to ask you, do you trust the authors of the files in this folder? So this is just a security question to ask if actually you know if you are opening a safe folder or not. Sometimes you can open folders that are corrupted. They have viruses in them. So it helps you to check on the security of this particular one. So you just check, trust the authors of all the files from the desktop, and then you click, yes, I trust them. So once you do that, you can actually collapse if you want, or you can just leave it like that. So now let me just open it like this so that you can see everything that is happening. So like that. So now once you do that, this is the folder. Everything we create is going to be down here. All the files we are going to be working on, they will be down here. So we have already
Anthony,
yes, please.
I don't know how we are going to do this, huh? But
Yes.
I feel it is more of theory than practical.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Or should I share my screen so that we use my screen as I press as we move? Because for you, you
Okay.
are doing
So
it very easily. But for
maybe
me, I
we can
am
do.
not like I'm receiving it in theory form.
Okay, let's do it this way.
Hmm.
Let me show you how it's done,
Okay.
and then I will share this meeting recording, and then you can go it through pole pole. Where you fail to get it, tunaweza rudia.
Okay.
Yeah, so that way there is this thing is practical, every bit of it. So I'm just showing you how it is. You're supposed to do it, and then now I will share the meeting. This meeting, I always record them so that you can go through them at your own pace. Where you have an issue, you can correct. Maybe you can revise and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yes. So now, are we good? Can we progress?
Okay. Let's continue.
Yes.
We see how it goes. Because for me, up to now, I feel they are a bit they are a bit tricky.
Okay, you will catch up because it's just the first class, and this is the introduction. What I
Yes,
normally do
yes.
is I do the recorded version, and then once we have finished the class, I will share the recorded version with you. You can download it at your own free time. You can go through it, and then try to move the way I'm moving. Like if I download the VS Code, you try to do it on your computer, and then try to do, you create these files, and then you try to code what you've just done in class so that you catch up. So when yes, when you go to the next session, you have already caught up with the last session that we had. Now we are on the same page. As we progress, you understand what we are doing.
Okay, sawa.
Yes. Okay. So now, once you open this folder, you're supposed to do, you're supposed now to create files, create a new file. Huh? So we are going to we have these three icons here. We have a new file, we have new folder, we have this refresh, and then we have collapse. If you click this one will just be, this one will collapse, like it will go this way. So we don't want it to collapse. We want to use this folder. We want everything that we are creating to be inside the folder so that it is organized. So now we are going to create a new file. Click on this one and then write introduction. So once you write the name of the file, you need to specify the coding language. So by this I mean you need to add the language you're coding in. So the language we are starting with is HTML. So it's going to go introduction.html. You can give it any name, but it's good to organize them this way so that you understand what you have just created and how to differentiate it from the others. So introduction, once you specify the language, you will see that this icon changes. The icon on the left of the name, it changes. if for instance, we would have said CSS, you will see it changing. But now since it is HTML, look at it, it changes. If it is JavaScript, you just do JS, you see, it changes. So you have to specify the language, write HTML, and then you press enter on your keyboard. Once you press enter like that, you will see that it opens on the right part of that VS Code. So once it opens for you, now you are free to start. So now there is a shortcut that we use when we are starting to code. So you go to your keyboard, the keyboard of your computer, and then you press Shift. You see when you are typing your email, like you're writing your email. Let's say, for instance, I'm writing my email. I'll do my email like this. Akoha Anthony, and then I write maybe letter 4. And then when I want to do the @ sign, what I normally do is I'm going to go to the Shift, and then I click where the @ is for me to have this @ sign. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the exclamation mark. Exclamation mark is on number 1. When you check on your keyboard, on the very top, you will see number 1. Number 1 has an exclamation mark on top. So we want that exclamation mark. I was just using the email to explain to you what we normally do. So I'm going to hold Shift and then the number 1 to bring about this exclamation mark. And then I'm just going to press enter. So I will repeat. Let me just go back. I want to bring in the header, the heading codes, like the beginning. When I want to start coding to prepare my file, I will use a shortcut, Shift-1, to bring about the exclamation mark. This VS Code understands what you want. So when you just do exclamation mark, there is no way you can add the exclamation mark without doing Shift and 1. The shortcut is Shift+1. You hold Shift and then 1 on the keyboard. So you'll bring the exclamation mark and then you just press enter. So when you press enter like this, what will happen is you're going to have this, the opening tag and the closing tag, the head tag and the body tag. So I just want to explain to you what the opening tag and the closing tag is. So when you are coding, you need to have an opening tag, which is this one. This is the head, opening tag of the head. And then we have the closing tag of the head. Like you open and close. Everything you open and you close after you've finished. Like this one, the opening tag for HTML. This is it. Look at it. It's exclamation mark, dog type, whatever. So you don't need to cram all this. This is not like something you need to cram, because with that shortcut, every time you want to do it, it will bring it. Even if I want to duplicate here, I'll just do the shortcut and then it will do it for me. So you don't need to cram this one. This is just, you just need to know how it is done. So the opening tag is this one, HTML. And then all of these things are inside here. And then you need to close it. The closing tag needs to have a less than sign, forward slash is this sign here, and then the tag itself, and then the greater than sign. When you're opening a tag, it is the less than sign, the tag, and then the greater than sign. So this is the opening, and this is the closing tag. So the head also has, head is where you put the titles. The title, let's say, for instance, we want to name our page introduction to HTML. So we are just going to delete the Word document and we replace it with introduction to HTML, like that. So you just put your word inside here to introduction to HTML, and then it's going to be, this one becomes your title. So you can see the title is inside the head tag. The title needs to be inside the head tag for this code to understand, VS Code to understand that this one is the title. So inside the HTML tag, we have body tag. So body tag is where we enter the content of our page. Like it has head, body, and then you close it. So inside the body tag, first, before you do anything, you need to understand the headings. We start with headings. So heading levels, we have 6 heading levels. We have H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. So level 1 is H1. Just type H1 using, we use small letters, H1, like that. When you type H1, you would see that it brings it in here. It suggests, it's like auto-suggestion. It suggests something for you. When you press enter, you will see what happens to it. It brings in the opening tag of the heading 1. This is the heading 1, like, and then the closing tag. So let's say, for example, we want to say our heading as introduction to HTML class. You will understand what I'm doing later. Yes?
Let me ask you something. Hizi codes the H, hizi zenye ziko na brackets, ziko na H1, these things you have crammed them, or there's a way you get them?
Okay, like, okay, I teach them from time to time. So I have
So
them
I
like
will
in
need to cram them.
something like that, but you don't need to cram them, because you just need to know that actually this is the first class. That's why you're having an issue. But once we finish this week and next week, you will just know heading levels, like they are, it's just like, it will just become part of you. Every developer knows this.
But then I
Yes.
feel maybe you could make me know where do we get them? How do we come up with them? Now from there I can easily relate, because at the moment I'm not relating anything. I'm just seeing magic happening.
Okay. So like, they are not things that you bring, like you create them. They have already been created. So we are just using them.
Okay.
Yes, they are not things like we created them. They are inside this software. So it's just like the way you go to WhatsApp and then you enter your phone number and then you proceed, and then the way you use WhatsApp. That is how this software has been created. So this is a software that we use to create websites. It knows its job. So this is its job. It knows that when you enter H1, it knows what you want. So it will suggest it for you. And then now yours is just to enter the text. What H1 do you want? If you want a H1 named by your name, you just enter it in here. So it knows what exactly that you're looking for. Okay, so that is heading 1. So that's the first level of a heading. So the next level is heading 2, H2. The tag is H2. That's the tag for heading 2. So we're just going to use the same so that you can differentiate between these heading levels. You will know them when you see the difference in sizes. And then the next one is H3, which is heading 3. We're just going to use the same so that we can, then we have H4. You will see the difference when we now see, we open them in the browser. Then we have H6, like that. So this is H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. So now we want to see what these are. How do they appear? What will a user see? So what we are doing here is, you as a web developer, this is what you do when you go inside the back end of the website. But now this is not what the user sees. Those people who visit your website, they don't see this. There is something that they see. So this is the back end. Now we want to show the front end. What's the front end? Like when you come on, now that's where the extensions come in. You see here, there is this extension here called Open in Browser. We just saved it from this point. So when you save it, you will see down it here, it's there. So just click click on it, open in browser. So when you click on it, it's going to open in browser. Actually, it will open in a browser, any browser that you have. If you have Microsoft Edge, it's going to open. If you have Firefox, it's going to open. If you have Chrome, it's also going to open. So you just have it there, and then you click on it. So I believe you can be able to see what I have on my screen. This is what the user, the person who comes to your website, will be able to see. So this one, this biggest one, is the heading 1, and then it is followed by a heading 2, and then a heading 3, and then a heading 4, heading 5, and then heading 6. The difference is the sizes. So the first one is a heading 1, and then we have a heading 2, we have a heading 3, a heading 4, heading 5, and heading 6. So these are the headings. Headings are like every time you create a page, we have a basic structure. Like if I just look at a basic page, like this one is a page. This is a page. When you look at it, you will see like this one is a title. This is a title here. And then this is the body. This is the content inside. You will see that there are different styles. You see that this one is bolded. Yes, then this one is also bolded. So these are the tags I'm talking about, but we will discover them as we progress. So this one is a heading also. And then this is the list. You remember I told you about list. So this is the unordered list. I'm just explaining to you what this is before we proceed, so that at least you can catch up. This is a heading. This is a list. This is a heading. So like when you are doing a page, you will need to have these things. Like this is also a subheading. This is also a heading also. Then we have like all of these things. Like this is the like a structure that we use to create a page of our website. So it must have headings from heading 1 to heading 6. And then there is one thing you need to know with the headings. With headings, heading 1 serves as the title in most cases. So each page needs to have only one heading, which is heading 1. And then a page can have like more than one heading 2s. Heading 2s, they can be many. They can be like 10, depending with what you're doing on the page. Like on this page I've shown you, like here, the heading 1 is only one. Like this one is the heading 1, this one here. So once you have the heading 1, you can have heading 2s and heading 3s, as many as you have. So also the way you structure them is this one is heading 1, and then this one is heading 2. So you cannot do heading 2 here and heading 3 here. That will confuse the search engines. They will not know how you have structured your page. They will just leave you alone. They will leave that page. They will not rank it in Google, because you have actually confused. You have confused that page. You're trying to confusing the tags. They will not understand what you're trying to do. So you need to arrange them in chronologically from H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, if you're working on a web page. So in most cases, we don't use H6, H5. When I'm creating a website, I normally use H1, 2, 3, 4, up to H4. So H5 and 6, mostly I don't use them because they're actually very small, and you can use them, but you will have to increase their sizes. So that is with the headings. I know you're going to go through this slowly and practice. You'll just catch up. You don't have to worry about anything. We'll catch up. So when we go back to the VS Code, that is with the headings. So there is another thing we call paragraph. So after you've added a heading, you will need to add a paragraph or maybe a basic text. So paragraph, the tag for paragraph is P. So let's just add it under like P. When you just write P, the VS Code already understands that you want a paragraph. So when you press enter, it's going to give you the opening tag and the closing tag of a paragraph. So let us go to any website out here. So let's try this one here. And try to copy some few things here and there. So this is the heading. Let's try to copy this heading and use it instead of just saying heading 1, heading 2. Let's copy something real from a real website. Come here and then you paste it under heading. And then paragraph, let us pick something from that same website. Let us pick this one, just this one here. I'm using keyboard shortcuts, Control C, Control V to copy and paste. So when you come to the VS Code here, we want to paste it under the paragraphs. So like that. So let's try to see what it has given us. So when you open you go to where you have opened the file, you just refresh. Just refresh like this. It's going to show you what you did. So this is the heading. I just copied from that website and pasted here. And then this is the paragraph. So if you want to add more paragraphs, you can still just add it under this one, like this. So you just go to the page and then you paste like this paragraph here. And then you go to this one here and then you just copy like this. Okay. We need it to be a paragraph P. So you paste it in here. So we'll see that it will be very long. So you have to move with this one here, move it back like this. And then you can go to the browser and then you can refresh. You'll see it. So this is how these things are created, like a heading, paragraphs, heading, paragraph. So you can also continue, like you can continue and move to the next one. Let's say we want this one here. We'll copy it like that. You come to the VS Code, you add a paragraph, you move it to the very end like this, and then you press enter, then P, enter, you paste the paragraph in. If you still need to add another one, you will still go to the website, you see if it has another one, but all the paragraphs you've already added. So this is a heading. So let's use this one as a heading too. Just copy it. And then you come to the VS Code. And then let's paste it in here and see. So once you paste it in there, let's go to the browser and see how it is. So when you refresh, this is what you have. So this is the heading one. You can see it's very huge. This is like the title of the page. It is only one. It is always one. You cannot have two heading ones in a web page. The reason being you will be confusing the search engines. They will not know what you're trying to do. They will not know if this is a real page or what you're trying to do. So a page, the structure of a page is you need to have only one heading one or one title. You cannot have a title and as well have a heading one. It's like you are repeating. You only need to have a heading one, only one. And then now these other ones, you can change them into heading 2, heading 3 as you progress. So this one is a matter of practicing and going through. So if you just continue, like on this page here, there are still some paragraphs in here. So these ones are also paragraphs, but you can see they are in form of lists. So I will be showing you lists later, but let's just paste them in as paragraphs. So you paste them in one by one. So this is the HTML version is a tiresome one. Like you have to be doing things step by step. You cannot copy a lot of things. It is step by step, section by section. So you paste it in. Again, you move to the next one, a paragraph again. You copy it, copy the next one like this. And then you paste it in. So I'm just showing you how pages are created so that you can understand what we are trying to do. By the time you're finished with this one, you will see how a basic page is made. So like that, we add paragraph P, and then we pick the next one. We are not going to do the whole page. We're just going to do a sample so that you can understand what we're trying to do. And then next one is going to be again paragraph, depending with what you have here. If it is a paragraph or not, it's still a paragraph. So we're going to copy it, and then we come here, and then we paste it here. So the next one, let's just skip some sections. They are long, so we cannot do all of them. Or maybe let's just do them. We just copy this, come in here, and then so we add P like that. Then the next one also P. So we're going to paste, copy and paste, copy like that. Then we go to the VS Code, and then we paste it in. So the next one is also a heading. So we can choose to do a heading 3 because actually we are looking at the structure of a basic page. So we can copy that one and then paste it in as a heading 3. So this is a heading 3. So once you paste it in as a heading 3, you can come to this one here, and the one we opened in browser, you just refresh. So when you refresh, this is what you're going to have. You see, like these are this is the web page, and then this is the heading, and then these are the paragraphs. This is a heading 2. This is a heading 3. These are the paragraphs. So this is the basic structure. A basic structure of a website page. It usually has a title, which is a heading, and then it has paragraphs, which are these things you're seeing, and then it has headings. So even if you are in WordPress, even if I just open for you WordPress, you will see there are these tags. Let me show you. This is in the editing panel. Let me click something. I will show you where these paragraphs are. So, okay. I'll show you where these paragraphs are so that you can understand what you're trying to do. So this is the editing panel for WordPress. I'm just showing you where these paragraph tags are. Like this one here. This one is in paragraph tags. Let me show you something where that tag is actually there so that you can be able to see. Let us use this one. So you see this one. This is a heading 2 for this one here. This one. My skills and competence is a heading 2, as you can see. If we decide to change this into a heading 1, what will happen is that it will become really huge. So it is just updating. So this is WordPress, where when you change anything, it updates. Or maybe let's say we decide to change it back to a heading 2, it's going to update. So this down here is a paragraph. So when you scroll down, down. So this is a paragraph tag. So these are, you just need to know that we have headings, we have paragraphs, all of these things, they are on websites when you're creating the websites. So it's not something like you need to cram. For instance, this one, you see here, this is a heading 4. You can also convert it into a paragraph if you like that, depending with what you're trying to create. So these are the basic structure of a website page. It must have a heading, it must have these subheadings, and then it must have paragraphs, and then you will add media later on.